Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the new Volkswagen ID. Roughly a year before the first dedicated electric vehicle out of Wolfsburg hits the streets in Europe, we're joining the engineers on their final test drives here in South Africa to give you a first glimpse of the electric brother of the Volkswagen Golf. So if you want to know what to expect from a car that competes with a Hyundai Ioniq, with a Kia e-Nero, a Chevrolet Bolt and the Tesla Model 3, join me on my test drive and I'll tell you more about it. The reason for testing the vehicle in South Africa is, for one, not so many curious people with cameras around. For number two, the climate. Since the battery is extremely climate sensitive and you have to control the temperature very precisely, they're testing in warmth and in the snow in Sweden how to handle the different temperatures around, how to cool, how to heat the battery to get the maximum of energy out of it. The ID is the first of a family of electric vehicles that is coming out of Wolfsburg using the new platform architecture. We will have this hatchback in the size of the Golf. We will have an ID Cross, as we know it from the concept car, more a crossover SUV style. Let's call it the electric Tiguan. We will have an electric sedan, a lounge concept like the Arteon or Fideon, and we will have the ID Bus, a modern interpretation of the legendary Volkswagen Bulli. And all the Volkswagen sister brands, Audi, Skoda, Seat, are using the platform as well. So on the long term, we will have at least 30, 40, 50 electric vehicles in the Volkswagen Group. And Volkswagen alone is planning to sell about 15 to 20% of their volume in pure electric vehicles from the year 2025 onwards. The ID is the first vehicle based on a new architecture, MEB, Modular Electric Baukasten, same like MQB as we know it from the conventional vehicles. Meaning dedicated platform built for EVs, means battery in the floor, full flat floor, lots of space in the interior. For this vehicle, Volkswagen is thinking about a 150 kilowatt engine on the rear axle, means 204 horsepower, a speed limit somewhere between 160 and 180, and maybe 3 battery options for short range, mid range or long range. The shortest range will be still 330 kilometers in WLTP cycle. The high range, long range version will be roughly about 550 kilometers in WLTP cycle. The battery can be charged with 125 kilowatts, so charging times should be pretty short. Driving the vehicle is like driving every electric vehicle. It is quiet, it is silent, it is smooth. It has a really fast acceleration. It's going to get a bit slower once you hit 60, 80, 100 kilometers per hour. But it is really a comfortable, relaxed ride, and you can drive with one pedal only. Since Volkswagen has worked a lot on the recuperation, you can shift between different modes, and if you go into the most recuperative mode, you don't have to use the brake pedal at all. Since it's still a bit of time to go until the car hits the market, Volkswagen is not very informative about details. That is for the specs, for the design, and for the interior. As you see, you can't see anything. But I can tell you what I see when I lift the covers without the cameras. It is a totally new interior, never seen at Volkswagen before. There is no button left. It's all displays, touch sensors. There is only a small digital cluster behind the wheel. There is a big standalone touchscreen aside of it with fancy graphics. And there is a new user interface using natural speech recognition like we know it from Mercedes MBUX or the digital assist from BMW, combined with a really new feature, a long LED beam underneath the windscreen that has different colors and signalizes you an incoming call, gives you advice where to turn, shows the indicator, shows the charging status of the battery. And I have a new head-up display, not only with the static display as we know it, no, they're for the first time using augmented reality in a head-up display with a combination of the real life and the virtual life to give you the new picture. Driving the Volkswagen ID is not only a new experience for the driver, but also for the passengers due to the new format of the vehicle. The length is about 4 meters 25, almost the same as a Volkswagen Golf, but the wheelbase has been increased for about 10 centimeters up to 2 meters and 80 centimeters. And that is something the rear seat passenger benefits from. I got way more legroom and it's really comfortable to sit in the back, even for an adult. Thanks for joining me on that first test drive with the Volkswagen ID prototypes. As always, Volkswagen is late, but they're great. The car is roomy, it drives good, the range seems to be appropriate for everyday use. The matter is the price, which is not disclosed yet. But for sure, this vehicle will be a big player on the growing market of electric vehicles. Thank you, tschüsschen, and bye-bye.